Oh yeah, I'm digging it. That looks interesting. Oh boy, YouTube is doing some weird shit tonight. I'm gonna have to move this microphone stand because this thing is so old. I've used this microphone and beat it to death, and it will not stay up. Right. So I'm gonna try and shorten it a little bit and just maybe scoot it a little bit closer so that I can. It's amateur hour, right on. Okay, so I'm using kind of a different mic that I normally use, and I'm routing my signal path a little bit different than I normally would. So let's take a look at this. I am running my microphone through the Tone Master Pro, and my guitar obviously through the Tone Master Pro, and that's what it sounds like. Hey, Zach. You might find this interesting. I don't know. I don't know if you ever plan on owning one of these things, but I haven't bought one yet, but I'm awful darn close. These things really do sound fantastic. So I'm making some progress. I'm not going to go too long. I want to try and keep this fairly brief. So what I have done with... it's great to see you, brother. I also, Zach, this is kind of important. You might find this important. Tomorrow I have a doctor's appointment. They got me in on a cancellation, which I was going to have to wait until September to go see my doctor. And they got me in early. And tomorrow might just be the day that I get a insulin pump. I don't know if I'll get it tomorrow. Might take a few days for it to show up at the pharmacy, but I'm hoping, I'm praying to God that I'll get one. So I know that you might find that pretty cool. Normally I don't use a microphone that's directly in my face, but this would be a microphone that I would be performing live with, which is how I get paid to play music, along with other means. But so normally I wouldn't have this thing in my face. I think it looks really goofy to do a live stream with a microphone in your face, but this is what I have to do tonight because I'm going to show you some stuff that I have discovered and figured out and done with the Tone Master Pro. Firstly, what I've done is I have routed my voice into the Tone Master Pro. And I can put a delay on my voice if I choose to. And this is simply for live performances. So let's say just doing a song like, the delays do have spillover, so they don't just shut off right when you click the button, which is really cool. I love that. But say I was doing, I went down the road I went there to see my friend. I went back down the road. Yeah, I went back down again. And I love to spend the time relax and just unwind for a while. And I love the way we laugh, take our little walks in the sun. So I've got a little delay patch set up on this thing, and it's just a push of a button. Vocal delay on, vocal delay off. And as you can see in the screen there, I have a delay on the vocal. You can see it light up. And now it goes dim because it's off. So that part's kind of cool. So that's going to add a lot of production value to our live performances. We haven't decided yet if we will use it as an effects loop to put that delay on everyone's voice, but delay adds a whole lot, I think, to live performances. It's a really professional thing to do in places. Just, you know, depending on the style of music you're playing, having it going all night long is really cool. I love delay. So that's one new thing that I figured out. Now, the other thing, we're going to go back to the pedal board. And I'm going to show you what I've done is I've made some presets. I've made some presets for songs in particular. So if I just tap that button, this one right here. Right now you can see that I'm on patch 136 and is my main amp. But 137 is Lonely Boy. So with Lonely Boy, I don't have a vocal patch line up. Now we're buffering. I don't know. It must be internet. Everybody in the world's probably streaming right now. Lonely Boy has a specific set of patches that effects that I like to use. And when I hit that channel, Lonely Boy, all of the effects that I need to be on when I start that song are on. So I've got a little tapping delay and a fuzz pedal going on that. So it's kind of fun to be able to do that. Now, if I push this button again, number 138 has a song called Fire on the Horizon, which has all of the effects that I want. And now my vocal mic is back. I'm going to mute this. And when Fire on the Horizon comes on, it already has delay on the patch, and I can tap it into tempo. So, so I've got these patches set up to have the effects already turned on, and every effect that I'm going to be using for my guitar sound already programmed. So I don't have to switch channels and push a bunch of buttons, and then or switch channels, switch patches, and then let's see, I gotta go up one bank, and I've got Careless Whisper. Holy shit. I'm not doing a really great job of playing guitar. I wasn't prepared for that really tonight. I just kind of wanted to show y'all what you can be done with this thing, and how effective this unit is for a live performer, somebody who plays live. Thanks for popping in, Richard. It's good to see you. Nice rant today, by the way. Yeah, I heard about Adam. I also will be keeping my computer free from any social media outside of YouTube. I will no longer participate in Facebook or any other toxic area. And I've done my best to... I hope everybody's okay. Man, bummer. I hope somebody's... he mentioned Adam, and then of course, the fire alarm goes out, or the ambulance goes by. Yeah, I'm keeping myself free of any toxic bullshit with the community, or the world in the state that it's in right now, and with all the tragic violence going on. I don't need to see any of that stuff. And, you know, I have a lot of friends that put up some really great stuff, and it's going to be sad missing that. But there's a lot of stuff that I absolutely do not need to be exposed to. So I'm doing something that I really enjoyed, which was being a participant in Facebook, which was really fun for me. And I got to share my livelihood and my work with people. I no longer can do that because it's become so terribly toxic. And I know a lot of people have already done that. So you probably won't see photos of my cat anymore. You probably won't see photos of the guitar work that I do, or any stories about old vintage guitars, because that platform has become absolutely toxic. And I found myself, and I'm just being straight up honest here, I found myself responding or replying to stuff that I had no business responding or replying to. And it just became unhealthy for me. So there you go. So fortunately, I didn't do that before I caught wind of what had happened with Adam, and I don't think anybody has shared with anyone what actually happened. It's sorry to see him go. He was such a kind person, and working hard to be a good guitar player and playing those 8-string guitars. So, you know, rest in peace, brother. You know. Okay. So I've got I've programmed I don't know, I think 5 patches for songs. 140 is a song that we all know, and it has one setting. I don't have to change. I don't have to add delay. I don't have to play a guitar solo. Now let me see what happened here. with just a push of a button, I can go from playing something with playing Plush to playing Fire on the Horizon to playing Careless Whisper. It's very simple. And I have this patch, which is just my main guitar patch for the night. I can pretty much, boy, my guitar is really not staying in tune well. Maybe it's me. And I know my voice isn't that loud because I don't have a shitload of gain on this mic because I have to talk right directly into it. That's the kind of mic that it's made to do that. It's made to do that. Boy, my guitar, forgive me for my guitar. I'll try not to let it happen again. So this is my main guitar patch. So throughout the night, I'll probably be on this channel most of the evening. And it has a vocal delay that I can turn on and off. So now I've got a delay on my voice. And so if I'm performing. Now, one thing. I realize that sounds fairly loud when it's all by itself. But that is a perfect example of thinking you got a great guitar tone and not testing it with a band. Which is kind of a bummer about this situation because I have to set these things up at home and I don't have my band right here that I can play with and decide, that's a great tone or it's not so great. So practical application is a very good tool to use. And I know that this delay sounds kind of loud. But with other vocals going on and a full band playing and chords playing behind it, it is really it's not mixed very loud. In fact, it might even need to be turned up. We'll just see how it goes. We're going to test this, I think, for the first time on Friday. But this is my main guitar channel. Just so if I have a clean tone, I need a little chorus. If I've got I need a heavy tone. If I need a little bit of a clean tone with an overdrive. Let's see. It's my main pedal board, and the idea here is that you can run your microphone directly into it, or you can certainly use it as an effects loop for adding to multiple different vocal tracks. So kind of cool to have this much gear in one unit, and it can do a whole lot more. But I've only had it for, today would be 1 week. I literally got home with it at right now 1 week ago and got started messing with it. And I've done 2 gigs with it, and it has been absolutely awesome. And I'm planning on doing I've got one more gig this weekend that this will be getting used. This particular gig is going to be an indoor event, whereas the first two gigs I did were outdoor events. And there were a couple things I ran into that I wasn't real happy about, but I've solved those problems. So don't expect to take this thing home and go out and do a gig with it and not have maybe a couple of problems. But hopefully these videos that I'm putting out are helping folks overcome some of that stuff and showing you ways that you can use it in a live band situation to take some work away from other people, like having to turn on effects and stuff. Now, being the guitar player and having to do the pedal dance all over the place, there are certainly ways I can simplify that. And I just haven't done enough gigs with it yet to go, I want to push one button and have it be my lead patch and turn on all this other stuff, because I haven't had an opportunity to use it yet enough. And the other thing is that I'm still getting used to the pedal board, which it's just like my good old-fashioned pedal board, phaser, chorus pedal, my wah pedal. And I have to turn the wah pedal on from a button on the pedal board because I don't have a tap button on the tip of my my wah pedal. So that's why I have to do that, which is no big deal. And then I've got my delay, right, and a compressor, which gives me a boatload of sustain. And it's fantastic for playing guitar solos with. Overdrive pedal, and I can do a gig with all this stuff. It's actually almost identical to everything that I used on my good old-fashioned pedal board, but this is all in one. It adds some functionality and some ability to produce a bigger show, and I'm really happy with it. Again, I do not own this pedal. David, thank you for letting me borrow it. I'm really lucky to have a friend that owns one of these. And also, I want to add to that Dave bought this because of my recommendation. And I want to thank you, Fender, and thanks to my sponsors. Thanks to Bill. Thank you for your generosity. And to everyone else who is supporting my channel, I really appreciate it. And to those who have criticized things on it, yeah, that's fine. You got your world. Go off with you. I've had some people criticize some stuff that I've done on here that I did for the betterment of the community that I am a part of with my friends like Richard and let's see, who else? CrAnJiS. Smiling Bill, getting all these guys together online and jamming, and one person, all they could do was bitch about latency, and it really bugged me. So I haven't done in his honor, I haven't done a Jamland for a while, just to see how proud of himself he is for bitching about it so much. And not one other person who's participated in it has said one word about it. They don't care because they get to play with other people. And that's what it's all about. It doesn't matter what it looks like or sounds like on YouTube. That's not what it's about. So anyway, that was one thing. So Jamland will reappear at some point in time. I promise you all that. And if you're interested in participating in it, you can send me an email at jamland@usa.com. There's an email, jamland@usa.com, and I'll help you get your stuff lined up to do it. So that's kind of the deal. So the Tone Master has become a very important part, I think, of my band. And I think that we're going to continue to use it. I'm definitely going to continue to use it as long as David will let me borrow this thing. And also another kind of a some people update. Our band has purchased our own drum kit. And you might wonder, why would you do that? Doesn't your drummer own a drum kit? Yes, he does. He also sets it up in a basement. So every time we go to a gig, we have to go down in his basement and carry the thing out to the van and go to the gig. And then when we get back from the gig at 2 o'clock in the morning or 1 or 3, whatever time it is, we have to take it back downstairs into his basement. And we all help, every one of us help each other with their equipment. What's going to happen with this is that we'll be able to have the drum kit permanently loaded and ready to go at gigs. And it's a Quest trap kit, ultimately. It's a small kit, has a small footprint. It has all the drums it's a 5-piece kit. It has all the drums in it that our drummer uses in a smaller package. I think it has a 16-inch or an 18-inch kick drum, which you might be going, oh, what would that, dude? Just wait. You tune it correctly. That you can get some good low end out of it. And we also have very nice kick drum mic. So a couple of things that will help that sound good. And we're not 100% certain. He has to play it still and decide whether he likes it or not. We're not going to ask him. It's kind of like the band buying me a guitar. But we also consulted with him a lot, and he looked at the kit. He and our vocalist had talked about it. I stayed out of it. I let those two hash it out. And a very affordable drum kit. So now our band will own its own drum kit. And now we can not have to have our drummer pack up his drum kit and unmic it. And he's one of the few drummers that I know that plays drums in a band and is able to record really at a moment's notice. And he puts out some really great videos. And I'm going to miss seeing those on Facebook also. That's kind of a bummer. But I've asked him to message that stuff to me, the videos that he makes, so that we can stay. I love to see that stuff because he does some crazy stuff. It's super funny. And he's just a wonderful, wonderful guy. And band owns a drum kit, so now we will no longer have to carry a drum kit in and out of somebody's house every single gig. And we are booked a lot. It's a lot of work, packing up that drum kit. And before we get there, he has to take his whole kit apart and bag it up, take his cymbals off the stands. If he's been playing in the meantime, which he does, he practices. He actually practices. And he's a very, very talented drummer, and he does such a great job for us. And so it's really cool to be able to help him and help us like that. And the band has collectively paid for this with the earnings that we make from the shows that we play. We're reinvesting in ourselves, and it's going to help our workload considerably. So that's kind of the deal with that. That has nothing to do with the Tone Master Pro. All right. Let's go up here and play along with the backing track just for the sake of playing a little bit today. I don't know what this track is. Let's see what we got. I think I should be able to hear this okay. You should too. I don't know what this track is. Oh, this is a cool track. I don't know what the mix is like out in YouTube world. what's happening there. See if I can make this work correctly. So apparently I can't control the volume of the battery. Oh, now I can. There we go. Sorry, folks. Forgive me, I had to dial some stuff in. I haven't used this thing live like this yet. Yeah. Okay, I figured out why. That's cool. Okay, I'm learning something right here as we go. Wow, that's just so cool that I can do this like this. I wish you guys could see what I'm doing. Okay, that was really cool. And forgive me for all the delay on my voice. I was just trying that out. Still testing that. Great question. Anybody have any advice on the ME90? Boy, I have... The guy that owns this pedal does own that one, and I've played through it. It is definitely... an affordable way to accomplish what this thing does, and it's way. I don't want to say it's simpler. Actually, in using it and trying to create patches, I found that it was a little more complex. But now, having used this, I'm very, very spoiled, man. I gotta be honest. So, you know, just keep in mind that if you go with one of those, you know, it takes a little bit of time to learn any one of these kinds of devices. I've had this thing for a week, and this is all the further I've gotten with it. But I do know that the ME90 does have a boatload of really great presets. So I want you to keep in mind of that. And also, there's another one, and if Trump, what is your name, Trump? Okay, Trump America 2024, and they're wonderful name. There's no politics on my channel, by the way, but that's cool that you use that name. And I'm really bummed about the violence that happened in our country on Friday. It was really stupid. And so that's all I'm going to say about that. But yeah, the ME90, I've heard very good things about it. I don't own one. I haven't owned one, but I have messed with them. The guy that owns this, I've gone over to his house with my laptop and ran some like NeuralDSP stuff into his audio interface, and he was running the ME90, and he had some really great sounding presets in it. Camellia, hello. It's great to see you, and hopefully this isn't totally boring. But I hope that Trump America 2024, I hope that that helps maybe make a decision. I'm lucky enough to have a buddy that owns one of these things, and he allowed me to bring it home and actually test this thing. I am so lucky. Not many people will get this kind of opportunity. So I just feel extremely blessed, and you know, you reap what you sow. I've treated him very good, and I've borrowed stuff from him before and given it back to him in better shape than I borrowed it, and he borrows stuff from me, and we have a very great relationship, and I've worked for him and worked on some very expensive guitars that he owns, so it's kind of cool to have this opportunity. So I'm really grateful to him for trusting me with this thing. So there is a product also, it's by Nux, that I would really highly recommend that you look at. I can't remember. There's a big one and a smaller one, and a buddy of mine just picked up the smaller Nux. I can't remember what exactly the name of it is. If you know what the little Nux unit is, it's got a dual push button thing. Go ahead and type that in the comments if you would. But he is raving about that thing. He said it's built bulletproof, and it sounds great. I haven't heard anything from it yet, but I'm hearing some really good reports on that one. Really affordable. You can find them used for $100. So, you know, that thing. And I think the ME90, you could probably find them used on the used market for very little amounts of money. I'm at a point now, and I'll just be very just honest about this. I'm at a point now with my band that I'm not going to invest in something that inexpensive. Now, it's not about the money, not at all about the money. It's about the versatility that I need in the band environment that I work in. I have to have equipment that can do this stuff, and I'm expanding what my band will be capable of doing now that well, I don't own one of these yet, but now that I've tried one of these out, I know what its potential is, and I've just scratched the surface. So let's briefly go through this one more time on the pedal board. So what I've done, we go to... It's Footswitch Mode, or and I can hold this thing and have a looper, which I have not even touched yet. But these are presets. So 130, what is it? 136 is my main guitar amp. 130. Okay, I don't have a microphone set up on 137. However, let's go ahead and dig into this. I will show you how to do this. You go to, and I know my voice is going to get a little bit quiet when I bend over here because my microphone's way up there. But you go to, let's see, oh wait, sorry. The preset settings. Instrument parallel. Now, We want instrument, mic. Let's see. Where is it? Instrument mic line series. Watch this. Now I have a microphone input down here. And now my microphone works. And I can put effects on it if I want. So I'm going to mute my other microphone so there's not a discrepancy in timing. So just like that, I have a microphone going in here. And I I don't have a mic line programmed into this particular patch because I don't need to put effects on the vocals. So I'm not using any processing for that. But, and I hope that my stream isn't buffering. It shouldn't be, but I'm seeing some buffering on at my end. I've been on for a little over an hour now, which is great, I think. Oh, no. Looks like no, forgive me, 40 minutes. That's pretty good. So I step on that FS looper button, and I've got preset mode, and now I'm pedal board mode. So I can turn my amp on and off, and I need to remove that because I don't need to do that even. So let's go to Footswitch assign. Let's go to this one, and let's throw that away. And let's go back here and save. All right, so now I've got that preset all saved, and I just altered it, and I'm making all of this stuff as efficient as I can. Right? So there's Lonely Boy. And then, and I need to go back in here. Forgive me, I got to turn my guitar back up because I can barely hear it. Let's see if I double click. Yeah, that's cool. Oh, that made everything nice. And so it seems like my voice, it is going through those. Okay, I have to stop my voice from going through the guitar channel. Hang on. Let's see. So what do? I go out, output, upper, lower path, upper path, off. So no. Let's see. So did that? No. Did that do it? There we go. Now I got my voice not in the guitar channel. That's awesome. So I didn't realize I just added the voice to this and I hadn't assigned. Check 1, 2. I'm still learning this because on this screen that you can see it says output 1, output 2, upper path and lower path. Those are not the same labels that are printed on the back of the unit. That is a major screw up, in my humble opinion, to Fender. You guys need to fix that or allow people to rename that. I don't know. I think other people have bitched about that, but that is stupid, you guys. How could you do that? How could you possibly not clarify what output you're turning on or off? That insane that you would actually let that happen. And you've got software here and you've done updates and you haven't fixed that. I don't know, forgive me, but the back of this thing does not say output 1, output 2, upper and lower. It doesn't say that. In fact, there's 4 outputs on the lower bank. So I'm going to try and fix this. Okay, output 1, output 2, and these are So I turned output 2 off on the upper path. That's fine. And now I've got my guitar and my voice coming through where I want it to come through. And it makes absolute no sense to me. Yeah, I will say that Fender, that part of your pedal really sucks, and I'm not sponsored by them, so people need to know what they might be running into. That part is kind of frustrating because all you can do to make sure that you're sending your guitar to the right place and not sending your voice through the guitar outputs, because I don't want my voice coming through the guitar channels. That way they'd be going to my mixing board through my guitar channels. That's stupid. So definitely have to be careful about that. Remember to push save. That's why the channel was that way, because I probably didn't push save last time. You really have to remember to push save when you make an alteration that you really like, or that's important. So I've only gotten through one. Lonely Boy, let's see, Fire on the Horizon. Careless Whisper. So that's ultimately what this whole stream was about, and I think I probably ought to end this thing. I was really not feeling well today, and I'm feeling better this evening after I've been up for a while. I had been having these headaches, and I don't know what the problem is, so I was fortunate enough that tomorrow I get to go in and see my doctor. So wish me luck on that. Let me get off of this pedal board, that thing, you've seen it. So I'm really happy and having fun messing with this thing. It's been a really cool tool to explore, and I think it's going to make playing live a much more fulfilling experience. I definitely have to balance the levels, and I'll do that at gigs, because it's going to sound totally different when I plug it into my PA system that my band plays through. So I'll have to make some adjustments there. Usually we're set up early enough that I can make some noise and not bother people who are eating dinner at a restaurant or something like that we play. So thank you for joining me tonight, and hopefully this helps anybody who might be trying to decide to buy one of these things. They are not cheap, but yeah, as you can see, they are very capable of doing a lot of really cool shit. Like putting delay on your voice, which is really fun. Hey, thanks for being here, Zach. It's great to see you. Everybody else, thank you, Richard, Camellia, somebody 2024 stuff. Have a wonderful evening.